Welcome back, everybody. And today's episode, we're going to be playing Garrosh, but I'm not super concerned about anything going on with the character specifically. This is going to be more focused on what is happening in this game. This is the worst game that I've ever been a part of. I guess I should say worst match that I've ever been a part of, because the game itself doesn't have anything to do with this. It's all about the enemy team. The team comps today are Garrosh, Orphea, Thrall, Rhaegar, Lunara versus Tyrael, Gazlowe, Raynor. Oh my god, it's a medic and an Artanis. This is called Juice Pirates. This is what people do when they get Warhead Junction in unranked draft. This is the stupidest strategy in the entire universe, and it works. And I hate it. So, this is how we try to win. We've got to kill them all very early. We've got to get ourselves some sort of XP advantage, and we have to make sure that when they try to attack these buildings, we respond with some extreme building damage or XP gain of our own. Now, they got the fort. That's awful. That's worst case scenario. Well, it's not worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is they get the fort and then they get away, or they kill us. This is about a 7 on the bad scale, where those other things that I mentioned would have been 8, 9, and 10. So, since it's Warhead Junction, the map is stupid big. It's the most large map in the entire game. The amount of distance that you have to travel between top and mid and bottom is so incredibly ridiculous that I cannot believe he didn't go the full distance. I just hate it. But there's no way for anybody to rotate in between those lanes and clear the minions and soak the XP and kill the buildings effectively. It sucks because the tile set for the map is amazing. I love the bosses. I love the objective. Is fun. It may not be very good, but it's fun. The map itself has a lot of really cool aspects, but it's just such a ridiculously huge map with very small amounts of forethought to the in-between time that you can't really enjoy it. Unless you're drafting for it and you're doing this horrible horseshit strategy that this enemy team is doing. But anyway, so Juice Pirates, essentially what their whole plan is to do is to reach level 10, take their Tyrael, their Raynor, their Gazlowe, and their Artanis, and shred a building instantly. And how they are going to do that is the medevac is going to launch them towards a building that we are not suspecting they're going to go to, while we're trying to soak lanes and, play the game like it normally is played. They're going to sneak that building. They're going to use all of their building damage in Gazlowe, Raynor, and Artanis, and then they're going to sanctification with Tyrael to keep all of those people alive to deal the most maximum amount of damage that they can do. So when we go to kill them while they're doing this dumb shit, they can't be damaged by us, they can't be damaged by our buildings, they can't be interrupted in any way. So it's fly in, make everybody invincible, deal all of that damage, die, and then repeat process once everybody's alive, because medevac is global, almost global. It'll take you anywhere you want to go on the map as long as you're, within a reasonable range. And then, so they just want a global building kill. They don't particularly care about objectives. They don't super love fighting. They don't do much except cheese. They're just trying to get XP to get to level 10. We've got the toss. I cannot believe he didn't get stunned. We killed him before he used his nuke, so fantastic. Way to go, us. Nukes are also ridiculous for their team because if if for whatever reason they're able to stack up a bunch of nukes and then juice pirate in and then use those nukes, we're going to have a bad time, because that's a whole bunch of free building damage on top of the incredibly free building damage that they're already doing. And I hate it. So the way that we win this game, the win condition that you are having to create in your brain from the very start with your team is that we're going to have to punish all of their stupid cheese with an extra hard, extreme ass push of our own. And the way this is going to happen is all of this downtime that they have, we have to make really good use of our ability to kill them. No more healing from the Morales for the Artanis, and he should die as well. No, it looks like Tyrael's going to move speed him. Can we get him? Is he slowed? Our dear lady should be able to kill him. There it is. Nice. So that's going to even us out on the XP. Gazlov's still top, dealing with our Orphea. We can take this. This camp is going to be very big for us, because it's just going to push into that building. Once we get the bottom lane opened up, because our bottom fort is the most damaged at the moment. Damn it. Okay, we need to leave. We need to leave now. It's time to go. We're going to get a little bit of health back from our W. We're going to stun them both, and then we're going to back up. I don't have any mana. My team seems to want to go in, but we're going to let that go. We're just going to let that go. We have reached level 10 first. Once the enemy team hits level 10, we can expect them to fly directly at a building. Not sure which one, but it'll probably be that bottom keep, because that's how they open up the lane for the constant catapults and all the pressure on our core. So, when you're looking at the map right now, like I was saying earlier, since the bottom lane is the weakest at the moment, we want to kill that building, number one. And since it's a boss lane, it's going to be our best option for getting a death push on their core. So if we can kill their fort and their keep and take a boss in the downtime that they don't have their stupid cheese combo up, we are giving ourselves the ability to win the game. And that's something that we have to think so far in advance that that's the only way for us to save this game. So you have to create a plan based around what you know that they're going to do to counteract it. Now, the boss, this isn't going to be any sort of game-ending boss. We're both at level 10s. They can always backdoor us while we're trying to push with this boss, so we basically have to let it go on its own. I don't know why there are 4 of them here. I think they were trying to go for the, we're going to sneak in and then we're going to medevac out once we get the building, but we caught them. Medic did take some of her teammates over there, so they are missing their Artanis and we have to go catch them. They're probably still going to kill the keep. There's nothing about, yeah, they're going to get it. They sanctified through the Orphea. We're going to kill them all. They're all going to die. We're over level 10, so getting these kills is very good for our XP meter. And we do have the bottom boss and a bottom camp pushing over here, so you can see just how much damage that we're doing. Artanis is back up for their team. Death timers, though, for their team are so stupid short that they can still be back up in time to defend this. So we're not going to get the keep, because their cheesy strategy keeps them under-leveled and keeps their death timers low. And then when they're hitting buildings, they obviously don't have anything to fight back against them, so they don't necessarily care about any damage. Oh my god. Oh! We did manage to get her medevac, so that's really good for us. We've saved ourselves for another 60 seconds because we forced the medic to use her medevac defensively. Now, the keep is opened up for us. We do have a talent advantage. There's people taking camps on the top side of the map. I think that we just push for the keep, we get the building, or at least as much damage on the building as possible, and we give ourselves the opportunity to kind of equalize. We're using a lot of ults back and forth here. It's not the greatest thing in the world that we didn't do anything with them. A couple misses. Now we have to just back up. I definitely don't want to die with a nuke. But our Thrall is doing fantastic work in the background there. Orphea trying to go in to save him. Doesn't look like... Oh, can we get out? Can we get out? Orphea doesn't have any mana, so she's having some trouble staying alive, which is super sad. I really want to kill him, and I'm getting body blocked. I'm going to get the kill, but I'm also going to die. This isn't the worst thing in the world. Trading these deaths is not the worst thing in the world. Now the enemy team's death timers have caught up to ours, and they don't have their Tyrael for another medevac push. The keep is almost dead, thank God. So the next in line, or the next thing that they do in their game plan is attack our core, because they've got the lane open. They just suicide in there and do as much damage as possible. How many nukes? They don't have any nukes. They've got 0 nukes. So they're going to fly to our core. They're going to use their sanctification and all of their stupid abilities to just kamikaze the thing and knock as much health off it as possible. They don't even want to end the game. They're thinking, well, we might end the game, but all we really want to do is drop the core health so it's easier for us to do this when all of our shit is up again. Guys, I didn't say it was an elegant strategy. I think it's awful, but it's just throw your body at the core until you win the game. And I hate it because it's so single-minded and it's so anti-brain power. I just fucking hate it. And it requires the enemy team to use so much more thought, so much more control. It just sucks. It just sucks. It really does. Whole team pushes R, attacks building, wins game. And if you're not playing on your absolute tippy-top game, you're not going to win. Oh, look, here they all are. They're flying 5 people in. Our nukes are immediately coming down. The core defense is fantastic. Oh my god, it murdered the shit out of them. They did not use the sanctification, so they did not live. And they had it. They had their sanct up. I mean, just, that was absolute most perfect possible outcome we could have hoped for. So, had they used the sanctification, they probably would have dropped the core down to maybe 70% health with the amount of time that they could do extra damage. So, at the same time, the nukes coming out of the core for the core defense, wow, chef's kiss. Perfection. Another really, really cool part about this map is the core defense on it. It's just the size of the map that really brings this thing down. But, again, this video is just focused on playing against the Juice Pirates and trying to win the game. Trying to figure out the best way to win the game. Now, we've got he didn't get enough in range to use the Holy Ground to steal the boss. So, again, we're going to get lots of free-ass macro because the enemy team is playing their stupid cheese crap like garbage. And medevac is down as well. Medic isn't going to be alive for 40 seconds, so we don't have to worry about them using their stupid backdoor shenanigans while we go kill their core. Now, we kill the keep. It's just free. The boss is still going to be super healthy. The boss is extremely slow on this map, though, sadly. 2 nukes, plus boss, plus 4 characters. One of them being Lunara, one of them being Rhaegar, our Bloodlust. We're just going to slap the shit out of their core. And you can see them racing us. They still got our core to 38%. Just running their stupid faces at it. A medic wasn't going to change those numbers, obviously, but a medic would have meant they were going to blast that shit way quicker than we could get there with our boss. So, I hated everything about that game. I really did. Winning it was such a fucking struggle, and I wanted to punch myself in the face at every fucking turn. So, winning against that garbage makes me feel so happy, and I just wanted to share it with you because it's not a good strategy, but I think it's very possible to beat. So, thank you for hanging out. I will be back next week, and then we'll see what else we got for you. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe, YouTube your heart out. And I'll see you next time.